If you've been wondering how you can start thinking in your target language today, the answer's in the title, my friend. You just start thinking in your target language today. Now, start before you're ready. Just do it. It'll be messy. It'll be uncomfortable at first. But if you do this often throughout your day, and keep remembering, because that's the key, just keep remembering to switch your thoughts to your target language, you will be amazed at how fast you get fluent. I'm going to insert chapter markers into this video so that you can skip ahead if I start to go off on a tangent, as I have a bit of a tendency to do. This is my number one language hack. I did this as a kid without ever knowing about language hacks. I just love languages, and so when I came home after my French lessons when I was 10 or so, I just really love French, so I would practice in my head as I went about my day. I like dogs, I have a hamster, all the things that I learned at the age of 10, and that's how I started. That's how we all start. You just start with the words that you know. Okay, and as you get more familiar with this, as you do this as a regular thing each day, multiple times a day preferably, you will start to make more connections in your brain between the words that you've learnt in your class, in the app, in the textbook, on the YouTube video, wherever it is you're learning. And I would recommend centralizing them in one place. Have a little notebook where you jot down the words and phrases that spark your curiosity, because that's the key to keeping up your language joy and your motivation to keep learning. Okay, so if you've been watching a lot of videos about how to get fluent fast online, promise me you'll do this one thing. Implement this in your daily life as many times as you can remember throughout your day, and come back to me in 1 week's time and let me know how it's going for you. You will be blown away at the power of this simple shift. It's just shifting your thoughts into your target language and trusting that you'll find a way to express yourself. If you're still wondering how you can do this, it's okay, I get it. It's not always going to be easy. So I've written a few little tips in an outline here, and I'm going to try and stay on track this time. Promise me you won't watch another Fluency video if you haven't already implemented this simple hack. Thank you, because that will make a difference. Watching Fluency videos will not help unless you actually put it into practice. Disappointment panda talking. My friend Ursula and I have a little thing where we sort of lovingly say the difficult truth that the other person perhaps doesn't want to hear, and we call it the disappointment panda, from, I think it was Mark Manson who created that cartoon character, the guy who wrote Give Less, or can we say that word on here? Anyway, I'm Louisa. I'm a translator and a language coach living in Madrid, and I create weekly videos to inspire and motivate you to keep up your language practice, because we often fall off the wagon, don't we? And it doesn't have to be hard. It has to be fun. It has to be light. It has to be joyful, and it has to be internalized and easy for us to remember to do it more and more often so that it becomes natural to us. This is not optional, my friend. If you don't do this, if you don't internalize your language, the language that you learn in the apps and the lessons, etc., you won't become fluent. It's a necessary step, okay? So find ways to make it easy, find ways to remember more often, and keep it really light and fun and feel good, because that's the way that fluency will become effortless and fast. So here are some ideas that you can try. Talk to yourself out loud or in your head as you go about your day. So this is just usual stream of consciousness, the stream of thought that you have in your mind the whole day, that inner monologue that is constantly in your head. See if you can switch it to your target language. So things like, I've got to put a wash load on in a bit. I don't really fancy it. I don't feel like doing the laundry. I'm tired. Why does the laundry always pile up so much? Where did I leave my mobile? That's one I use a lot. I say a lot to myself. I need to work out how I can say that in all my target languages and just practice it often whenever I lose my mobile, and I will have loads of chance to practice that one. Okay, now you will notice that those examples that I gave are quite negative. I'm always losing my mobile, where's my mobile? Or I don't want to do the laundry, what a pain in the backside. That's because our brain often goes to those kind of negative thoughts, because that's just the way we're wired. It's a survival mechanism. That's pretty normal. But I've got a few ideas that you can try to introduce more positive thinking into your thoughts, into your inner world and into your target language, and it will make the whole thing a lot lighter and a lot more joyful. Try it and see what happens and let me know, because this is something I'm passionate about. Making life a bit easier, a bit more joyful, a bit lighter as often as we can. As we become more aware of our inner dialogue, it's super important to be kind to ourselves, okay? Because when we're kind to ourselves, we cut ourselves slack for all the ways that we fall short of our ideal self. It will help us to get back on track and to feel a bit calmer, a bit more relaxed about life and language learning. So, say some nice things to yourself in the mirror every time you see your face in the mirror. Hello, beautiful. You're looking good today. Okay, that might sound a little weird. I get it. You can say, oh, you're looking a bit tired. What do you need? Or you can talk to yourself, I'm looking a bit tired. Just notice it, narrate it. What are you seeing? What are you experiencing? Just be the narrator of your life in your target language and watch how it starts to get easier. Check in with your feelings. So again, looking at yourself in the mirror, you look a bit tired. What can you do? What do you need to feel a bit better? What do you need to look your best, to be your radiant self? Check in with yourself. Ask your inner wisdom, what do I need? And the answers will come. Get curious. Another thing that you can try is gratitude practice. This is a beautiful practice that will really, really boost your joy levels. Like, I had no idea how transformational gratitude practice was until I did it in a group, in an online group that I'm in a few years ago. And my goodness, I loosely followed the practices in the book by Rhonda Byrne. It's not The Secret, it's the other one. The Magic, I think it's called. I'll check it and write it up here somewhere. But I kind of flipped through the book and I thought, it's not really my thing. But when I was in a group of like-minded women that were doing these exercises every day, it gave me the motivation to actually stick to it. And my goodness, it's so powerful. Like, it really is magic how things start to change in your life if you have an attitude of gratitude more often throughout your days. So I really recommend that for just a little joy boost in your life and your language learning, and it will keep the whole thing feeling a lot more light and lovely. So what else? Mindfulness practice. When we slow down and pay attention to the present moment, our quality of life is so much better. It helps us live more consciously, in tune with how we want to show up in the world, really noticing the things and the people around us and how they're affecting our feelings and our emotions in our body. And when we check in with all of these in our target language, it can be wonderful. So mindfulness practice means that we're looking at the world in front of us and we're feeling it with all our senses. So I'm eating an apple and I'm really tasting it. I'm smelling it. I'm feeling it in my hands and I'm noticing it go down my throat. And it's a whole body experience. It's not just eating an apple. Okay, so when we're eating, we can't necessarily be speaking at the same time, but we can be thinking, this is a nice apple. This is very juicy. We can think about the people that might have grown that apple or picked it or brought it to our market stall or supermarket, wherever we picked up that apple. The shopkeeper, the seller, what do we call it? The cashier at the supermarket. Everyone that played a part in that apple coming to be in our hand. We can extend gratitude and mindfulness. I've kind of woven them in together, but gratitude and mindfulness are two real game changers for living more joyfully, more consciously, and bring them into your language learning and you will see a massive difference. And finally, I just want to say a few things about how we can remember to do this more often. So one thing I've been doing is I talk to myself in the shower in the morning, sometimes out loud. I'm not sure if I think in my head or out loud. Maybe I just whisper. But I do this in Japanese. My Japanese has got so many massive gaps in it, which is really frustrating. So I probably actually need to do a bit of reinforcement, like remembering some of the vocab that I'm missing. I do it in French. That's a lot easier for me. So I now kind of associate the shower with my language practice. So if you can have places that you go to often throughout your day and just remember to shift. It's like switching the switch. Now I'm going to think in my target language and I'm going to notice my body as I'm washing myself. I'm going to notice the feeling of the water on my skin. I'm going to describe how that all feels. I'm going to say what I see. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So long as you're thinking in your target language, you're doing it. And it won't be perfect at first, and that's okay. Because the main thing is we're just connecting ideas that we've all got stored in our head, but we need to now start to produce them. Because the more connections that we make between the different words that we've picked up along the way, the faster and more fluid our language will become. Fluid, fluent, whatever. And the last point is to get some accountability. So whether this is one person that you're going to check in with every day or every week, set an intention, tell the other person what you're going to do and how often you're aiming to do it, and then check back in at the end of the day or at the end of the week and let them know how well you did. You can use the comments below as your accountability if that would help you. And just remember to come back at the end of the week or in 1 week's time, whenever it is that you want to check back in and notice how you did. Celebrate all your wins. Give yourself loads of self-compassion for the times that you forgot, because we all forget sometimes and that's okay. And lastly, I'd like to share an online event that I'm organising and I would love it if you would attend. I'll put the information in the description below. It's going to be online group coaching. Next year, in January, I want to start giving group coaching online for language learners. It's a 4-week program called 4 Weeks to Flow. And this is really just a pilot. I would love it if you'd be there so I can test this all out before I try my 4 weeks program online for the first time in January. This is going to be a free session. I may actually open up one of those donation pages if anyone feels like they would like to donate, but that's absolutely not required. It's just if you feel the call. It's going to be part language exchange, part group coaching, okay, depending, because I actually have no idea who's going to show up. Obviously, I can't guarantee that there'll be someone there that speaks your target language, so we'll see how it goes. If we can and people are interested in getting into small breakout rooms, then we'll do that. And otherwise, I'll just lead you in some exercises to help you get unstuck in the things that have been holding you back in your language learning. Okay, if that sounds interesting to you, check out the link, sign up below. I would love to see you in my online Joy Boost event very soon. Leave me a comment and let me know if you had an aha today watching me drone on. It will get easier. I'm on about video number 45 if you include shorts. You probably don't include shorts. I'm coming up to 40 videos and we have to do 100 to start making good videos. So I'll get there. Thank you for watching. Tell me if you had an aha today and if you're going to try switching your thinking into your target language today. And how are you going to do it? Where are you going to do it? How often are you going to aim to do this? When you commit to it, write it down and then come back and tell me how it went. This is the way we make big changes in our lives, my friend. Keep going, keep shining your unique light in the world. Thanks for your patience. Lots of love. Take good care. If you've been wondering how you can start to think in your target, jot down the things that spark your curiosity. You jot down the words and phrases that Now I'm going to give you some tips on, so if you're still not I can't read my own writing. I need my glasses. What have I done with my glasses? Just a moment. Okay. I still can't read my writing.